Hi friends, it's me, Allie, your friendly neighborhood Chanel expert. It's finally here, my Chanel fall beauty video. I have a couple releases here in the bag, so that's today's video. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. All right, so I went to the counter a couple days ago and I decided to get both the Equinoxe and the official fall release. I'm not sure why, but there were two back-to-back fall collections. I don't know. You don't know, I don't know why. But anyway, we have them here. I have some eyeshadows, I've got a blush, and I've got some samples here that I want to show you as well. So there's a new foundation. This is the Ultra Le Teint, the liquid one, but this is a new powder. So they have a new powder compact version of this foundation here, and I have a little sample. Isn't this so adorable? So if you'd like to see a review wear test of this, leave a comment down below in the comments. And then I have a couple samples here of skincare. This is the Sublimage La Crème. This is the Texture Suprême. So this is like the richest of the rich skin or moisturizer texture of the Sublimage. Again, if you want reviews of any of these products, I have quite a few samples of this Sublimage skincare line. So if you want a review of those samples, let me know in the comments. And then I have a sample here of the new Chanel Eau Fraiche. This is the Eau de Parfum. So this is the green perfume here. Originally it's an Eau de Toilette, but they came out with an Eau de Parfum, which is going to be longer lasting, more intense. That's new. And then I also have a sample here of the Les Beige. Isn't this the cutest compact sample you've ever seen in your life? So cute, so adorable, love that. And then we actually have the products that I purchased here, the meat and potatoes of the video. Have the receipt. Ugh, that's the worst part. Now from the Equinoxe collection here, there are these two blushes that are available, and you can sort of see the blush variety in the packaging here. This is limited edition, of course. I got the 798 Rosy or Beige, Rose, and Mauve. I'm just feeling sort of mauve and plummy, a bit more for fall. And this was 90 Canadian plus tax. Here is this beautiful blush here. This is described as a harmony or a blush harmony. So une harmonie de blush or a blush harmony. This is going to be more matte. It's more of a soft velvet. There's no sparkle, there's no highlighter to it, but you can see that there are two shades. So it's going to be beautiful. I tried it in store. I saw the peach one too. I tried on the peach and the peach was really nice too, but I think this one here is just more different than what I already own. And again, for fall, for winter, it'll be better, I think. But they're both really pretty and I think they're probably both sold out. So there's that. And then for the new collection here, for the Equinoxe collection, there are these new Ombre, première, libre. So these are loose eyeshadows available here. And I got two colors. This is described as a loose eyeshadow intense longwear color. And these are 51 Canadian plus tax. I got the shade 402 Sycamore. This is glass, so be careful, don't drop it. This is Sycamore here. It looks like a lighter champagne color. This is the wand applicator. Let me give you a swatch and then I'll swatch the blush too. So that's 402 Sycamore. What's interesting is when you swatch the little almost Q-tip shaped applicator, the pigments are loose, but then once you blend it out, it sort of melts into the skin. This looks more volatile and prone to fall out. So I always do my eyes first, but I'm going to go ahead and take an educated guess that with these here, you will need to do your eyes first. And the next color is 414 Mûrier Noir, so like a dark berry. Yeah, I was just feeling very plummy. You can barely see it here, but yeah, this is the color and has the CC on top. Again, the wand applicator here. I'm gonna see if I can do a swatch and show you what I mean by like there's some fallout. So, okay, yeah, there we go. It looks like loose, sort of, and there's a little bit of fallout on my desk. But then when you blend it, it becomes smooth. There we go. And I got these two together because I thought that they would wear together nicely. But I think this one here would be lovely on its own. And I'm glad that I got a matte and a shimmer color. Let's just take a moment to appreciate this beautiful blush one last second before I wreck it with a swatch. Although the lighter CC looks like it's going all the way down to the compact, so it's not just an overlay. This is the blush here. I managed to get both of the colors in the compact, so I think this is going to be really pretty. It almost looks less plummy, especially compared to this color here, but I think that this looks lovely, and it kind of looks like it's a mixture of these two, but with like a little bit of like brick in it or something. Very lovely. And then I also got one of the Byzance palettes. I got 328 Parure Cristal. I'm sure you've seen all of these before. I'm like a week or two behind, which means I'm like eons behind everyone else, but this is 328, the Parure Cristal. This is the palette that looked the most enticing to me. It looks very soft and it has a cool toned, oh my goodness, justice for cool toned eyeshadows. I was drawn to this and this family here, so let's just give it a swatch. And this palette here is 89 Canadian plus tax, dang. All right, so this is the palette here. It's interesting that this color from the Byzance palette to me looks similar to the blush from the Equinoxe palette. So I clearly know what I'm doing here when it comes to color coordination. I love this color here, this like matte taupe. It's like a soft velvet. It's not totally matte, but it's less sparkly. The light color here, the slightly cool blue pearlescent color, looks a bit more of a topper shade. So I might wet it to get more of an intense color, but I think this looks like a really soft, lovely everyday look. And I think this is an interesting palette for the fall months. That being said, it is August and it's super muggy and humid. Now, if you are new to my channel, I do a lot of makeup tutorials, a lot. I use and reuse, I mix and match a lot of products and collections. I could easily create seven different looks with this right here. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, you will definitely 100% miss out on a lot of great ideas and inspiration. I'm going to help you use what you already have and give you interesting perspectives on how to use your makeup. So make sure you're subscribed. Everything that I'm using, wearing, mentioning is listed in the description box, so go ahead and check that out. To start off, I'm going to go into this color here very lightly. It's our light brown velvet finish here. And I'm going to put this in the crease. I think I'm inspired by the purples. I know that this palette here is a standalone, very light neutral palette, but I think I want to go into the deep purples just a little bit. If there are any looks in particular you'd like to see, any colors utilized, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to create those looks for you. Like I said before, there is a lot of possibility here with the products that I picked up, and you probably already have them. So let me know how you want to learn how to use these products at home. Okay, so I'm going to use my 414 Dark Berry loose pigment, loose powder here. Someone told me that, you know when you eat sushi, those little bowls, those little half moon bowls you get for like soy sauce, they dumped that into one of those to get it. That makes sense. I don't have that, but I do have a Kleenex. So I'm just going to dump some of it onto a tissue and then pick some up with a brush. What I did is I just took the applicator full of product and I dabbed it onto the tissue just like that, and there's quite a bit of product. So I'm just going to start with that, and then using a very short tapered brush like this, I'm just going to pick up some product and I'm going to place it here. Okay, so this is very pigmented. I wasn't sure exactly how intense it would be, you know, from dumping it on the tissue, tapping it into the tissue, but there is a nice color payoff like this. So, okay, great. I sort of selected these blindly before I went to pick them up in the store, and I'm happy to see that there are different finishes with these loose powders. One's like one that I picked up is really matte. It looks like a soft velvet. It definitely is matte, but it isn't like a hard, dry matte. It just is definitely matte compared to the other color that I got here. And I'm just taking a clean, narrow blending brush just to blend this out a little. So what did you get from the Equinoxe and also the Byzance collection? Because both of those came out very recently and sort of at the same time, but also a little bit separately. So sound off in the comments. What did you pick up? What did you order? I'm really curious. Did anyone get all 4 of the Byzance palettes? Because remember last year when we had the tweed palettes and a lot of us, me included, lost our minds. I suspect my makeup spider sense is saying that every year, well, for the next few years, I think Chanel is going to come out with like 4 eyeshadow palettes like this for the fall, because they saw how successful the tweeds were, and Byzance is giving me similar vibes with like the 4 quads. Although I have to say, I'm surprised that the Byzance palette here doesn't have special packaging, because it's limited edition. Usually limited edition packaging has like, the box itself is different. Just saying, like it has like a special CC, and then we have the gold back here. That's nice that it's like gold all the way here. I don't know. I'm always gonna nitpick because it's expensive and it's Chanel after all. I'm just going back and forth with adding a little bit of the dark purple with one brush and then using a clean blending brush like this. The reason I'm using 2 is that this way I can control how much product I'm adding. So use one brush to add the dark color and then use a separate clean one to blend it out. I'm taking that same purple blackberry color from before, and I'm using a pencil brush to just trace under the bottom lashes. I'm going to use a purple eyeliner because I think it's just going to lean in, but I want something plummy. Like I don't want like a violet color. I want something more berry, more plummy to go into these colors here. Now I'm going to use this color here, this beautiful enticing light color, and I'm using a flat brush like this. You could also use the sponge tip applicator because that's going to really pack on a lot of color, but I'm going to spray my brush here. I have the Hydra Beauty Essence Mist. Use any toner, water if you have to. You just want to sort of wet your brush here. Just like that. And then we're going into this area here that we didn't place any purple color on before. Are you serious? Look at how pretty that is. Wetting the brush really elevates this. Instead of just being a little bit cool toned, you're getting a blue shift. Yes, please. Listen, if Chanel isn't going to give me a cool toned palette, I will make one myself. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to go into an eyeliner. This is number 36 Prune Intense. This here is, yeah, it's like a deep berry. It's a little bit brighter than this one here, but I think it'll lean into the tones here, and this is going to go with the blush. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and apply a mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, let's move on to the complexion. I'm gonna keep it really light and simple because I don't really feel like wearing foundation today. I'm gonna go into my Sublimage concealer, the shade 32. It's a wonderful concealer. Just going to put some in the inner corner here. And I have to say, I am not seeing any fallout with these loose pigments. If you take the applicator wand directly like this, you're going to see a ton of fallout. I think I saw fallout pulling it out of the tube. If you do that, it's going to be a disaster, of course. So put some in your little sushi bowl or in a tissue, even the back of your hand if you want to. It's a loose pigment, guys. It's a loose powder. It's volatile. That's the nature of the product, but I am wearing, I think, the darkest color or one of the darkest colors available, and no fallout. If you are going to wear a deeper color like this, make sure to bring your concealer just on the inner part of the eye, because oftentimes dark circles look blue or purple. And so if you're going to wear something this dark, make sure you're going into the inner part of the eye to camouflage any purple or blue that you might have there. Also, just in case you transferred some of that purple in the inner corner here, because if you're wearing a really deep color like this and you don't conceal well, it can in fact make you look more tired because it's going to emphasize dark circles. But if you're just doing what I'm doing here, just like that, really lightly, you'll be fine. I'm going to use one of the Baume Essentiel. This is the shade Ensoleillé. I think this came out a couple years ago. It's slightly peachy. I just think it'll lean into this color story here. I might put some over top as well. I'm just going to blend it out. Now let's go into this gorgeous blush here. I do remember it being quite opaque at the counter, so I'm just going to knock a little bit of this off on tissue. The reason I'm going into the blush and then knocking some of it off on a tissue is that it is significantly easier to add makeup than it is to remove it. So whether it's blush or eyeshadow, going like this and then on the tissue, the back of your hand, whatever, you're just going to save yourself some stress and heartache in case the brush picks up more than you bargained for. I have here my Chanel loose powder in number 30. I forgot to apply this earlier. I think normally I would apply this before putting on the blush. So this is a loose powder, but it has a little bit of blurring and a slight whisper of coverage. So I'm just going to use this here. I'm going underneath the cheek and over top here, but I'm not going directly on the cheek because there's just a bit of glow there from the Baume Essentiel that I want to maintain. Then I'm taking my big fluffy brush from before and I'm just going to swirl very lightly and put it in the crease like this. And this sort of just marries all the colors together that we're wearing. For the lips, I didn't get anything new for the collection because I have like a million lipsticks, so I can do something here with what I have. I'm going to use this nude brown lip liner in 162. Just a really pretty nudie brown lip liner for fall, for any season really. If you like a nude lip, get 162. Now I'm going into my Rouge Coco Bloom in 110 Chance. Just a really pretty, easy nude. For the perfume, I'm going to go into Coco Noir because I want to lean into the like dark, stormy, plummy fall vibe, even though it's really not fall. I have the Coco Noir hair mist here, so I'm just going to spray some of this. It smells lovely, and I cannot get over how pretty this blue is. Like, it's so blue. Look at this shift. Gorgeous. So yeah, that is my take on the Chanel fall collections. As I stated, make sure you are subscribed to my channel because there are several other ways to wear what I picked up today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. What do I have to say? There's no real fallout. The way that I applied the eyeshadow, I'm not experiencing any fallout. I like the colors. I love this color here. That's exactly why I bought this palette specifically. I haven't used the rest of the shadows from that Equinoxe or that Byzance palette, and I have the other lighter champagne color to use, so those will be coming very, very shortly. But anyway, I think that's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.